Hey there, beautiful souls. It's Lisa Driver, and you can find me at lisadriver1111.com. I hope you're having a beautiful week. And today I am working with my book, Boundaries and Bucket Filling. And this is a great book about saying no, setting limits, and really tuning into what your mind, body, and spirit need so that you can live a more joyful life. And listening to sort of those feelings and that intuition and balancing it with that logical brain, that thinking brain that really needs to be taking action and making to-do lists and things like that. So as always with my books, I just flip them open. They're full of exercises and of course my own personal story and anecdotes. And you flip it open to whatever you need, always intending that. And today I flipped it open, if you have the book, I've got a little feather here, to page 28. This is chapter 4, and it's really about looking at the people you surround yourself with. Now, there's a really cool exercise on the second page here, 29, that says, there goes the feather, that says to list those people that you spend the most time with and their traits, right? That quote about how you're really the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And looking at that, taking a good hard look at that. And I really feel like today's message is about that awareness. And I do feel like there's some of you out there that are kind of letting people burst your bubble, letting people dictate who you are and what you do and how you do it and how you say it, maybe how you dress and how you act and how you share yourself with the world. And when you're a sensitive soul, this is super common. It's why I wrote this book, because we tend to want to people please. We want to make people happy. We're here to make a difference and to have a positive impact. And it sucks because sometimes that comes at the cost of our own happiness. And honestly, for the longest time, I didn't even know what that looked like for me. I didn't even know what happiness looked like for me. I was so busy with that achievement addiction, trying to just make people happy and seeking it outside of myself through achievements and other people. And, I was in a relationship for so long that was with a narcissist, and it's really, really common. I'm sure if you actually look, somebody said this to me once, and I think it'll resonate with some of you watching. If you look around at the people that you spend the time with, are they friends or are they clients? And if you're a coach or a healer, that's probably going to sting a little, because there probably are 1 or 2 people in your circle that you love to help. And you need those friends that let you know that they don't need your help all the time, that they can help you too. They can show up for you when you need them. They can check in and be there and hold space for you when you're struggling. And this has been a huge wake-up call for me. I write a lot about this in Leap too. When I lost my dad, I was really amazed at the people that were there and that weren't. But also even lately becoming a mom, it's quite the huge transition, right? And I'm quite shocked at not only how much I'm struggling, but how people aren't necessarily willing to see that in me and willing to acknowledge that in me, because I am a strong person and I am an optimist and I am a positive role model and coach, and I help you feel good, so I should feel good, but that's not always the case. And I really share that vulnerably with you guys so that you know that if you're feeling the same way, you're not alone. Look for the people in your life that will be there with you through the shit. Okay? The ones that will hold you up, that will they'll just hold you, right? They'll just hug you through it. They won't try and fix it if you don't want to be fixed. They'll just love you through whatever you face, right? They'll help you talk it out. They'll help you just sort through the chaos that comes when shit hits the fan, right? When the storms come. And I want to use some Power of Surrender cards today, because I feel like that's really resonant with letting go of those dramatic people in your life and letting go of their influence and maybe those happiness leeches, as I call them, in Boundaries and Bucket Filling. So Power of Surrender cards, a beautiful deck that I go to quite often. No guidebook with this deck, just the cards. And so as always, we shuffle, and 2 fly out right away. And we'll just set that aside for the bottom card as well. So whichever one you're intuitively guided to, It feels so good to be working with the cards again, you guys. I love how the cards really just always affirm what we're talking about in the messaging. And this is why I love using them in my coaching and also in my own personal journey when I am struggling, because they help me feel a little less crazy. So start with this guy today. If you pick this one, it's surrender frustration. Now, the funny thing about this is right away I hear the message that this is often the frustration you feel when trying to get through, not only the frustration you feel when trying to get through to people, but the frustration you begin to feel with yourself when others guilt you and shame you. So this is the thing that happens, right? They project their guilt and their shame on you, and then you start feeling frustrated. You start feeling bad about your life and about your choices. And I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. Why are you letting them dictate your pain? Surrender it. Let it go. The bottom says, frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you can approach a situation more calmly, right? Again, go within. Last week we talked about like going within, taking that time to see what your body, mind, and spirit want, and asking that question, because I don't think we ask that enough about what we want. What does happiness look like to you? Like really look like to you, with no one else's input, right? If you knew you could not fail, what would you do every day? The other card was surrender to your full power. See what I mean? You can't make this stuff up. It's about tuning into that creativity. Look, she's riding a lion. Like, she is a badass, and she's not afraid at all. Like, she is strong and fierce and just fearless, because she knows she can't fail, because she knows she's surrounded by angels and love, and that this beautiful God, this source being that flows through us and to us, is there always, and is all there is that love. That's all there is. So why do we let fear win out? Why do we let other people's bullshit get into our heads? It's a very strong message. You're making me swear, so it's a very strong message. Bottom card, surrender to inner peace. I love this. Look, she's leaping. She's leaping off of the cliff, right? Book number 2, leap. Leap. Choose the path of joy. Again, what would you do if you knew you could not fail? No safety net needed, because you've got that perfectly good constant of love and support and divine guidance. You just have to tune in and then fly. And know that that peace comes as you do cut out the negative Nellies, or the happiness leeches, as I call them. So take a look. This is your homework for the week. Take a look at your circle. Take a look at the people. And here's the kicker. Don't just throw them out of, don't just cut them out of your life. Like, give them a chance to step up, right? I say in the book, let people step up or step out. But you have to get your intentions clear on what you want that circle to look and feel like, and what you need from them, and then ask for it, right? I do this a lot with my marriage, where you think your husband's a mind reader. How many people have this where they think their partner is a mind reader and should read their mind? But you voice it and they're like, oh, I didn't know you wanted that. I didn't know that was a big deal to you. I didn't know it was that important to you, right? So ask, open up that throat chakra, get some blue crystals or picture some blue in the throat. Start, doing some singing or something to open up that throat chakra this week, and ask for what you need. Okay? I will see you next week with some light and love, sending you all kinds of strong, empowered courage. Namaste.